bit more about what do you do?
What do I do as far as music goes?
Yes.
Okay. During the day, I work for a cancer center, and then at night, I'm in a band. My band, and it's a new band, is called Collateral Damage, because it kind of fits what's kind of happened lately. And what we do is I host an open mic at one of the local clubs, I don't know, like Tailgaters, which is in Deerfield Beach. And my purpose is to get a lot of people up on the stage that are looking to network with other musicians and form bands. And that's been my main purpose. I believe I'm one of the first females in the area that actually runs this with my band. A lot of times it's a very male-dominated community, basically, or I guess what we'd call society as far as musician groups go. They usually listen to the guy in the band, and I had a vision of what I want for this band. So this is the first step in it, to get us out there. We've gotten a lot of exposure by we're the house band, so we start the first 45 minutes, and then we we have other people come up, and they each do 3 songs. And a lot of places there, people will say, I want to do more than that. Well, it's not fair. If you get 3 songs, you'll give it your best for those 3 songs, and you can always come back up if we have time. But I notice people are more careful in what they're picking to play. And if you have somebody you're not that fond of listening to, it's kind of like being in the dentist chair. You know that it's going to be over soon.
So let me get this right. Are they singing cover songs?
The majority of them do cover songs. Once in a while, we'll showcase a band right after our house band plays, and they'll do all originals.
How many nights a week are you there?
We're there every other Thursday night right now, and we're there from 8 to 11.
You have other gigs too, or just that one?
Right now, we're starting to get other gigs, but this has been the focus. So I'm hoping that we're gonna, we've got bookings with other clubs in the area. When the pandemic hit, unfortunately, a lot of places closed down or slowed down. And the minute places started opening up, the bars, the clubs didn't have a lot of money that they had before to pay the bands. So there's a lot of bands that will go in there and they'll perform for next to nothing just to get in the slot, hoping that it's going to eventually lead to more money. And to me, I just don't think that's a good idea, but it's taken over the slots. So we're hoping to get in there too. But right now I have 6 people in my band, which is actually a lot. We were talking about that. It's kind of hard to market 6 people, but I have a vision of what I want to present. So I'll wait until they can afford us. If not, we'll just keep doing this and try and actually help other musicians network and get into their own bands.
Slick, you should talk to her about the Dodger.
Open mic at the Dodger.
About how the open mic runs, how it goes. Ours is a musical one. There's a lot of them that they consider you can do poetry and things like that. We're strictly music. So what happens is the house band plays from about 8 p.m. till 8:30, and then we start pulling the other musicians that have signed in, and I'll match people up. Like someone will come in that plays guitar and needs a drummer and a bass player, and I'll go around, will you play with him? These are the songs he wants to do. This is the theme of the music. And so they'll get up there, and for the most part, it's kind of interesting to see how they mesh. And sometimes it creates wonderful friendships.
It's interesting that she's taken my concept and made it very complicated.
I know.
Because they got to be able to play one another, and that's not easy. You got to be pretty freaking good.
I think you just got to be able to get along with others and realize we're all doing this to entertain people. And we talked about it, there's a synergy that goes on when you perform, regardless of if you're doing it for free or for people at a nursing home. If you can change their day around and make them happy and escape a little bit, even for a short period of time, it keeps going back and forth like a figure 8. You give to them and they give it back to you. And I think that's why most of us do it. There's like a calling. in your heart that you want to give this, and yet you get back this wonderful gift when you see their faces and you don't have to nudge them awake, you know?
Well, that's true. And it's funny because the Awful Dodger, which is right up the street here.
That's where I started for open mic.
So you know Tommy.
Yeah, I know him well.
And Tommy and us have a relationship. He's been a sponsor of ours for a few months now. And the kids all go in there and they all hang out in there and they know everybody. We just got somebody a job over there. I have a different perspective of what I want to do with the singers. Now, you've taken it to another level where you're bringing in the musicians. But as you see here, I'm looking for singers because I want to do a gig down in Schnebley's. I want to do another one here in Meisner Park. I want to do concerts. I got to wait until we can do it. But getting people to do original music, at the beginning of the show you heard that Latin beat in original, is the challenge. So he's told me, you know, he can do open mic. He'll let me do anything I want. He gives me the keys, just do anything you want.
He's terrific.
And again, the course is the other issue. I think that the following and doing it the way you're doing is a great concept.
Thank you.
And I think it's long overdue. I have a violinist, is that the word? Mm-hmm. Named Kim, who was supposed to be here today, but she got called up to Orlando. And she's magical. I mean, magical. And then I got a young kid, she's 20 years old, who's a violinist. I would like to put those two together. And then have a band play behind them, and then have somebody sing.
Where is she,
in
by
front
the way?
of
Does
them.
anyone know? Slick, have you heard from Margot?
I heard.
Oh, you did? Okay.
You know what's happened to a lot of people is we're heavily influenced still by the radio. And when we grew up, we had Casey Kasem. Well, when I grew up, because I'm old, on Sunday we'd wait for the top 40, and those were the songs during the week that influenced our musical tastes until FM radio came and we heard the deeper cuts on the albums. But the major radio stations that are free down here tend to influence people's taste. So I find when I go to clubs, because I do this a lot to survey what are these people interested in listening to, what makes them leave, they want to listen to what they heard on the radio earlier that day for the most part. The ones that are more, I guess, eclectic or whatever, want to hear the deeper cuts or something a little bit different. And that's your market for the original music. They're tired of the same old classic hits that they hear over and over. They want something new, and that's your market. Those are the people that'll love what you're doing because they want that.
Well, you know, true that. And the bottom line, from what I can tell, and I've talked to a lot of people in the music industry, and they've told me getting music on the radio right now, it isn't making the money that it used to make unless you are somebody. If you sing with J-Lo or you sing with Mark Anthony, you're gonna pop the charts. If not, you got to find other ways. So the movie industry is just getting back into production, and they're looking for music, but they don't want to pay the monies from Madonna and all that, all these people that you in the day were big. They don't want to pay that. So they'll pay less money, but it's still good money on Latin beats, on different cuts, on different music. So you got to find different ways. But what I have to do is I got to get people to come forward. And do you know how hard? We have a girl who can sing lights out. And she came in here and she started this business. I got her 6 gigs. Without trying, they're calling me because they heard her here. She says, I can't do it right now. I'm too busy. I got a business I'm running. And I said, really? I said, wow, you must really be busy. And still to today. And these gigs are what's going on right now. Some people can, and some people can't. And I got to get everybody on the same page to make this thing work. Because
they say it's like herding cats. I mean, even trying to get a rehearsal, right? Yeah. Everybody on the same day. Everybody who wants to do this song, I don't like that one or whatever. So
temperamental feeling.
Well, it's like everything in general, right?
It's the ego. You know, we feed egos and the personalities when we have different musicians and singers. I'm more of a collaborative musician and singer. I like to share my stage. You know, I used to do 300 events a year in New York, and I was the queen of Asian weddings. I could manage a crowd of Asian weddings. I would manage a crowd of 500 in a split-level restaurant in Chinatown with 10-course meals, and they want all of the giveaways. They want all the line dances, and then the bride has to go around and do all these ceremonial tea toasting, and change 4 times. And so, I mean, when I try to hire, I used to manage a staff of 15 people to go out and do these shows. They don't want them. They're like, we want you, and I can't. And my partner used to sing a 5-octave range. He still does.
Holy cow.
And, he somehow managed to continue to work throughout COVID. But, the restaurants here, I used to sing from South Beach to Palm Beach Island at the country clubs. And unfortunately, after 5 years at a country club, they want to give you a $25 raise. You're like, look, I'm driving an hour. It's taking me all this time. At 5 years, it's $30,000 per person for membership. I think we're worth more than a $25 raise.
Absolutely.
And
you go to
so
Bouquet.
the other bottom line is, like you were saying, is that unfortunately, a lot of our musicians have lowered their standards, and they're taking whatever they can get. And when you're used to giving a certain rate to a client, and all of a sudden someone's going to cut your rate, they're causing a ripple effect, because now now you're losing work because you're not matching their rate. So it's
exactly true.
It's a real sad reality that in 20 years or 30 years, our rate of it, like I contacted the union, the musicians union, to see if we could get some kind of a level of rate of pay for musicians, and of course that has to take a lot of us to collaboratively fight for our
An
rights.
act of Congress.
An act of Congress. Well, I'm a member of a group called the Florida Divas. I don't know if you're on there. And all of us
I've
got
been accused.
together. Yeah. Yeah, you need to get on there. And all the singers, I mean, even Karina Iglesias that was on The Voice, she's on there. So we all got together and we did a MASH video production to try to raise money for other musicians and singers, and we're trying to help each other. But when you cut your rate, you're not helping us.
No, not at
You're
all. The
hurting
club will,
us.
the standard rate, I hate to say this out loud, but this is true. It's been $100 per person at most clubs, wherever you go. And it's been that way since the 80s
Yeah,
or,
forever.
I mean,
That's
I
a
came,
4-hour gig.
yeah.
Oh, you
but
get
they-
paid 100 per person.
A person. But they're going to throw at you. Madonna went through it. They're going to throw at you. Julio
It
Iglesias went.
doesn't matter the cost of living,
No, I get it. Listen, Motown had this problem before the end was put on the record,
exactly.
right? I mean, Motown, those guys got murdered. They got 25 cents a record.
And the crazy thing is, you want people to drink, and to get them drinking, you want music, right? You have to set the mood. You have to have the feel for people to get engaged and say, oh, let's have another drink. Let's have another whatever they're doing, dancing or listening. You need more to drink.
And the problem is that those that have less opportunities, I mean, there's some great singers, free agents out there. They're just tremendous. We know somebody from The Voice, I'm going to leave her name out, who refused to sign a contract when she came in second because she said no way. And she went to teach kids to sing. And she's never looked back. And now she does some stuff around Florida, and she sings here and there because she misses it. But that changed her way of looking at it. It's a business. And unfortunately, those that can't sing are the ones that are, okay, I'll give you $100. They don't understand the first thing about what it takes to do this.
Well, I had a song that I had a copyright infringement suit with, and it took me 5 years to win.
Wow.
And I was asked, I submitted my copyright to the label. I had a manager. We told them, let's do it on me and everything. And it was somebody that I knew from growing up. And unfortunately, when you do get when you're signed, it doesn't guarantee you're going to be promoted and released
Not
or
at all.
marketed. They'll sit you on a shelf. You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
in Nashville.
Yeah, so, there's a catch for, you have to know that you're going to get the right marketing, the right promotion, the right publicist, knowing that you're not going to be sat on a shelf, most of the time when you look at a lot of the TV shows, yes, you sign a contract with them that they're going to be releasing you or not, even if you win. When you think about all the shows, where are they? I can name maybe 2 people out of all the shows that I've heard of on the radio that have won these shows. Why is that? You know what I'm saying?
They got stuck.
It's right. They
They got
stuck,
shelved.
and all they're doing is it's all about selling, to the sponsors, the sponsors are getting paid. Everybody's making the money, but at the end of the day, that artist is not going to make any money.
Nope.
Even when they do the music videos, they get advances. They don't get bonuses. These advances have to be paid back. The rental of the limo and the venue and all of the clothing and all the jewelry has to be paid
And the
back.
overhead,
Comes off of the top of the sales. So at the end of the day, if you've given up 100% of your publishing, which is another aspect.
That's
and
the
as
other
a
aspect.
songwriter, I'm a member of ASCAP. When someone approaches me and says, you know what, I want your song, and they want 100% of my publishing, that leaves me out. And
True
if you
that.
want to get your foot in the door, you're like, you've got to sell it all. You've got to give it up. And Mark Anthony went through that.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
could,
right,
you
he
could
did.
starve, literally, even
Yeah.
though people know your name, they don't know income-wise what you're dealing with on a day-to-day when it's like that too,
The
right?
overhead is tremendous. It's funny you say that because you give it to a distributor who makes the deal, let's say with Sony distributor. Sony's a whole lot bigger than the guy you gave it to. Now you can't publish it because Sony has to agree to let you do it because now he's part of the tail. It's one of the reasons on Facebook these companies come out of the woodwork saying you can't do this because it goes down 6 people. I wasn't dealing with 6 people, I was dealing with one person. How many people have asked us to help them to be their manager, and I turn it down? Because I know sooner or later that bubble is going to have a leak somewhere, and no matter what I do, I'm going to get shelved. And I said, I don't need to do that and break hearts and everything else with the word.
It's not
Well,
easy.
nowadays, because we have streaming, and now the digital aspect of it,
just
you
gonna-
know,
You
that
can
is
control
the
it?
way to go.
You can control it,
You
but
can control it. We no longer have the distribution deals that we used to have. We have the streaming deals,
But have you
can
seen-
buy MP3.
But have you seen how you go online and they go, oh, come with MGM or whatever, and you buy in thinking that they're going to help you do it. And all they're doing is they're slamming your distribution
Yeah.
rights. You're better
It's
off doing
true.
it by yourself.
Because
You're
remember, if you heard a song on the radio and you wanted that song, you had to get in your car, have your mom take you down to the record store, and you would buy the 45, or you'd take a chance and buy the album and hope that there were a lot of songs on the album that you liked. We all put our money to that. Now you can download MP3s. Remember we used to record on the cassette player and hope they wouldn't talk over the song in the beginning so you'd get the full song.
It's really the
It's
the
different.
change,
Gotta go to commercial.
and when you're getting pennies on pennies on the dollar, when it comes to like Spotify that pays pennies, the royalty when you start downloading music has to be split up. It's another vicious cycle. It's now you're not dealing with the distributor. Now if you're going to deal with iTunes, Spotify, all the big distribution
You gotta pay.
streaming companies, you pay, and what they're going to pay you is pennies to the dollar. So you'd have to sell, how many to make $1 million?
It's like 1 for you, 1, 2 for me,
You got
2
it.
for you, 2, 3, 4 for me.
Yeah.
Abbott and Costello.
One and two.
And unfortunately, the new norm
Yeah,
is,
take a commercial.
you're following.
You deal
Can
with
you
it.
fill my restaurant? Can you guarantee?
Well,
me
now you
that
have
can
that
fill
bigger
your
problem
restaurant?
because they need the restaurants full again. Now you go to a restaurant, it's packed. Then they say, you know what? Let's put you over here for a little bit because now everybody's out to eat until this whole thing starts again, and then they're gonna need you again. And the game is it's like that tug of war. But anyway, let's take a commercial break because we gotta pay some bills,
Okay.
and we'll be right back.
Give us a call, 888-994-4995. Say hi to my dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Holy smokes!
We'll be right back.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-3 strong cup of coffee to get you through your day. Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in. Grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open. Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Cafe. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Sometimes you can't see how much people you inspire, but you always have to learn. You always have to keep it in your mind that you actually inspired some people.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Have you been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or through the negligence of another? The lawyers at Shane M. Farnsworth, PA, have over 40 years of experience representing injured individuals and their families. Call us today at 561-272-8337 for a free case evaluation and the answers to your legal questions. Were you injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Contact us now to learn about your options and protect your rights.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, ay, ay. Just
Ladies, we have an invitation for you ladies.
next Friday night, we are having a book signing in the studio by author Jane Goldie Wynn. It is called Rainbow in the Night, A Journey of Redemption. It took 20 years to write this book, and with COVID, it got a little bit delayed on the book launch, but she will be here next Friday night from 6 until 8 p.m. Tickets are free. RSVPs a must because we are keeping it intimate, 20 or less, to move forward and keep everyone safe and do what we got to do. But what a great opportunity to read her story, see what it was like when she found her redemption through God and faith and hope and where she is now.
And
Always enjoy. This is probably one of the most joyful women and her husband that you will
Unbelievable.
ever meet.
And we talk about, can you see the rainbow at night? And if you can answer that question, yes, then you understand what this whole thing is about. What we're going through right now.
So next Friday night, 6 to 8, you can RSVP to us. You can check out our newsletter. You can send us an email at the Brooklyn Cafe TV at Gmail. It is a free event. We just need to have a head count. Simple.
Because we have to keep the rest of the people outside. Freddie will be doing his magic show outside when we hit the limit.
So book signing, Q&A, tell a little bit about her story, and a little bit of socializing and networking.
I had a question for you. Dignity Memorial, Wayne, is doing something with someone. Who is it? With Gina?
Yes, when everyone's back to school and after the Jewish holidays and things open up, we're going to do another ladies' night.
A ladies' night. And ladies, you're invited to that as well. We have a few things that we do in here. That one has cocktails if you want it involved.
Cocktails. I think we're going to be doing like a pottery night, I think
And
is
a
what we're going to do.
pottery and cocktails. For those of you that don't drink, you make a pizza. You know, things like that.
So that'll be
Right
coming
away.
probably
But
around
it'll be a dietetic pizza.
October. Music, we've got so many
Cauliflower.
options that we can do.
Gluten-free. Cauliflower.
Yeah, cauliflower.
Cauliflower is good, right? And
What do
no
you think
cheese.
of cauliflower pizza?
What do I think of it?
Good option?
I think it's a good option. I've had some good cauliflower pizza. The first time I ever had it was like mushy.
Pizza District has the best cauliflower pizza. If you like cauliflower or gluten-free or regular on 18th Street, longtime friends of ours, their cauliflower pizza is spectacular.
You take cauliflower and what kind of cheese you put on it? What kind of cheese is good?
Grass-fed.
I'm sorry?
Grass-fed cheese.
Cheese eats grass?
Can't you see the
cow
little wheel
that
going around eating the grass?
The cow that produces the dairy is a cow
So it's regular milk
that
cheese.
roams free and eats grass and isn't,
So any cow that ate grass, his cheese is good?
yeah.
Okay, and what kind of sauce?
What
You're
kind of
beginning
sauce?
to scare me. I'm making a pizza.
For pizza? I guess the cleanest tomato sauce you can get. If
Organic,
you want to do like a
non-GMOs.
homemade tomato sauce, that would be like
you want
the
that stuff that
greatest
tastes like
thing.
nothing.
No, it's delicious.
Do you like Rouse
Rouse?
sauce? Do you use that?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's spelled RAO. That's the one that has the lowest carbs, so that's the one I go for that way. But it's supposed to be more organic. I don't know.
Yeah,
I tell you, eating becomes so complicated, reading all these labels, right?
it's as simple as getting food closest to the way that it's grown and comes from nature. I say grass-fed because there's a whole process with cows and the way they're treated and raised and injected with hormones and antibiotics and all kinds of stuff.
Have you ever done a show where you put like how to make a pizza, how to make certain foods to eat correct?
No, but that would be fun.
I want to do that.
Let's make pizza.
I think we should. I think it'd be a ball. I think you'll fill this place up with people how to eat right. I know I would be up front.
Let's do
I'll
it.
taste anything. Right?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Anti-inflammatory dish, a pizza dish. You know what it is? We don't have enough education.
We could do pizza and ice cream. I can
You
make
can
that
do
work.
ice cream?
You know, I
We
made
could figure out a
avocado
way.
ice cream.
Really?
All right, take it easy.
Avocado.
Take it easy.
Delicious.
No
It
mucho.
was delicious.
Yeah,
I'm
I bet it was.
serious. I did it one time. I was like, I was amazed. You'd be amazed.
I'm
Freddie,
amazed
gonna feed
now.
It to you.
Was it
and you're
green?
not gonna know, huh?
Green ice cream?
It was green ice cream, but you add you make it sweet, but it's all natural. It's not like you add any. It's all natural. It's know what you're eating. I couldn't believe it came out so good. I loved it.
So we're gonna bring you. You make the avocado ice
Okay,
cream.
I'll make
And you
She'll
make
make
the
the
pizza.
Oh, this could be fun. Nancy, what do you got? And don't tell me a keto.
Goodness, I was going to bring a
donut.
Halo bar and just eat it in front of you
oh
all.
my gosh!
I'm
I
all
thought
in
she was
on
gonna
that
bring
one.
the steaks.
I'll bring a steak,
You'll bring a
with
steak.
garlic and a
I'm
Halo.
in.
I love garlic.
I'm in.
We got a good party. This is gonna be good.
Slick, you coming? He's bringing the chicken wings.
Chicken wings. Love some chicken wings.
He's bringing the wings from Miss Pretty.
We could bring in a vegan chicken.
Yeah.
What do you think about vegan?
I was a vegetarian before I was more educated.
Okay.
So I think that it falls to a level of extremism. I think that most people that go vegetarian or veganism might see a drastic shift in their body because they're going from processed foods and fast foods to just eating a lot of vegetables. Anyone's going to feel good with that shift, but there's a lot of deficiencies that come with it. So
Yeah. 8 months I did it.
Did you?
I did it because of the Titan football team. They showed me the video and how those guys are, and they're all on this vegan thing. Then I went down to Miami to buy some vegan ice cream. I went 3 hours to go get vegan ice cream. And when I met everybody there, they had deficiencies because I could see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. Most
Done.
people who try it haven't tried grass-fed dairy or grass-fed beef.
I had cheese that had wood fed. It was wood in it.
Well, that's that processed stuff they came out with.
And that's another thing. I can never get a piece of cheese because it's processed. Don't eat that processed. Yeah. One piece. I got to taste. I got to get a little taste.
You got to get
That's
educated.
I used to be a vegetarian when I lived in Bermuda. I had won a contest, a radio show contest, with a group, and I got to sing with the Hebrew Israelites that were there. They had a restaurant. They would make, back then, when gluten was popular, and they would make it taste like curry chicken and oxtail. It was gluten, and the dairy and the all of the desserts were all natural. And let me tell you, you could gain a lot of weight still eating like that.
Of course.
Okay.
All natural makes you heavy.
But I was younger, and I did a cleansing with cayenne pepper and maple syrup and water, and it was a 2-day cleansing.
Cayenne pepper and maple syrup.
Yes,
And
cayenne
lemon?
pepper, maple syrup, and water
Yep.
for 2 days.
Yeah.
But I love the food. I didn't miss the food because it was seasoned. You know, it was scrumptious, and being, you know, Puerto Rican, I love my Latin
We
food.
love all that.
You know, I was surprised at myself, and of course I was in the best shape of my life.
Puerto Rican from the Bronx sounds like you, just like you.
Sure, 149.
Your sister from
I
another
used to
mister.
work where she lived.
Bronx, baby.
We used to,
Sister from another
Down.
mister.
And I
And
grew
I-
up dancing at Orchard Beach and playing paddleball and doing the 40s, remember? And going to
Wow.
Side Street afterwards with
Wow,
Gran
you went
Combo.
to Side
I
Street?
went to Side Street. The studio was upstairs.
Yes.
I would go from dancing to a Gran Combo on the beach for
Gran
free.
Combo.
To the Gran Combo would come right down the Side Street. So you go there right from the
Number
beach. You
one
get
club.
dinner there, and you dance. I mean, I grew up dancing at the Palladium, the Copacabana, the original.
The Copa, the original.
Of course.
Was there
Oh,
too.
Man.
You ever remember a little club in the Bronx called Chez Sensoir?
Of course I remember
I used to
Chez
own
Sensoir.
it.
Get out of here. That's where I know it from. Wow.
I owned it before it was for
Someone
the gays.
from Bronx
And then
just
we
got
bought
their
everything.
wings, I think.
I think so.
Chez Sensoir. And there was Azul. You remember Azul on East Tremont?
Azul, I don't
It was a
remember
French
Azul.
restaurant.
No, I don't remember
It was on the
Azul.
right-hand side. I owned that too.
Yeah,
You've been busy.
But there you go. She knows about Chez Sensoir.
Yeah, Chez Sensoir was the place. I mean, we had the herpes triangle. There were 3
Wow.
clubs
I
right
was
there,
wishing you
Cassie.
hadn't said
Wow.
that.
Sounds
Yes.
exciting, right,
Yes.
Slick? The herpes triangle.
Well, you know, they called it that, but it doesn't mean that you got it. You know, you didn't go around kissing everybody.
We had
You know,
that
when
in
you're
Boston
drunk.
too, believe
Yeah,
me.
right.
Well, you know, J-Lo used to hang out down
I
there.
know that.
She used to
That's
be
where
down.
the
We used to
six-
make fun of her
that's where the
because she
six
wouldn't
was.
stop singing. Shut up, already. And look at her now. And now she, you know, my parents rented a house in Puerto Rico to Mark Anthony and each other when they were married.
Wow.
They rented it for the weekend. And the deal was no rent, no nothing, but you had to sing happy birthday to my mother, and he came down and he did that.
Aw.
That was the end of that, yeah. And I was supposed to never tell that story in public.
That's what I thought. And here
Too
you
late
have it.
now. Oh, boy.
But listen, I'm somebody that knows Chez Sensoir going, yo.
Ahí es.
That makes my heart go. I got Field of Dreams. I got Chez Sensoir. I got
You're
New York
good.
all over again.
Well, listen, when I sent you my man Joe, I don't know if you got to see that video. I shot it in New York and Orchard Beach and down on the Deuce and 42nd. Did you see that video I
I
sent
saw
you
the
yet?
video.
Of my
My-
man Joe. I shot that in the South Bronx.
I remember.
You have a gig coming up that people can find you?
I do mostly private gigs now,
Okay.
but I guess we'll be doing a show here when I can do a performance.
We're
I
going to
can
be
bring-
doing many shows.
I'm gonna bring Mr. Ricky Williams, who's the pianist and producer of that song that you guys heard at the beginning of the show.
Nice.
I love
And
that song.
He actually is a blind pianist and
Wow.
producer, and he is phenomenal. He's just releasing his new album, and that song was for his new album. So I'm excited. I see you have a piano here. I'm gonna bring him.
Now
I
you know
have
what that
to-
means, right?
Yeah.
You're singing?
No, we got to get that thing finely tuned.
Slick, you know what that means, huh? You
Finely
got to get
tuned.
those labels on your soundboard.
Finely tuned, because we had a gentleman that came in here and tunes the piano, and other people have come in and says, you know, you missed this, because piano is about your ear,
Yes, right.
But a blind piano player is the best in the world. They will
Yeah,
tell
he's
you.
I mean, I can have him bring his keyboard, but you know, if you
Oh,
have
no,
it
no,
tuned-
that's 102 years old.
Oh, yeah?
103. It
I
was
actually
her
have a friend
grandmother.
looking to donate a baby grand piano.
Wow.
You're
And
looking.
I have a
You
friend
have
who's
one
looking
that they want to donate?
Mhm.
How
And
big
she's
is
a-
it? That big?
Oh no, we don't have
not
room for
another
another one.
I have room
Where? Right there?
at the radio station.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's funny when you say that because that's the way a lot of the wives and the girlfriends are when the guys say, I'm buying another guitar. You already have 16. They don't get it.
He's like, Dawn, I want lights. Dawn,
We've
we
only
need
been
curtains.
here-
Dawn, we need.
A year and 7 months.
Wow.
Here. We've not,
Congratulations.
when we came in here, I said to her, "Are you insane? This place is huge. What are we gonna? Now I need more room." So
Yeah, for 2 baby
I
grands.
asked her mom, kidding around one day, I would love to have a piano. And she had one. She said, okay, she sends it over.
Wow.
So now we got a second. I could put it at the radio station. Jody, if you're watching, is going to go in the kitchen in the back. Yes. There is nothing better than to feel good, have music in the house, because that's God's message to all of us. And it all dances. You know, it's called a merengue. That's where that whole thing came from.
I have a song called Yo Soy Latina that I gotta send you. Yo soy Latina y represento toda mi gente que está muy caliente. Cuando yo bailo, oye, con mis amigos, tú sientes el fuego de Sor donde vivo. Si eres Latina, déjame saber. Si eres Latino, déjate mover. Si eres Latina, ya tú sabes.
Slick!
Well, you
Slick,
can
we
find
got
me on
what we've been
YouTube.
looking for. I
You
can
can
tell
find
you.
me on YouTube, Ebony Diaz. You know, I'm all over social media, Instagram, you know, Facebook, of course, and I'm
Well, we
excited
gotta get
to be a part of the
together.
Brooklyn show now.
We
the
gotta
Brooklyn
we gotta
Posse.
get together because I want to do a showdown in North Miami.
Let's
Again,
do
we
it.
have to wait, but they have it's a drive-in, cars park, and you do the concert out there, and that's why I'm intrigued with what he
You know,
has
it's
going.
funny you should say that, Freddie, because I attended the 100th anniversary for the woman that was on Good Times, Esther Rowe.
Yes.
At the African American Library, and they did the whole theater outside, and we sat in our cars, and the sound system was impeccable. So I can see that happening because it happened already, and
It can be done.
It can be
We
done.
also have a friend at the Hard Rock, and I was talking to her. Why don't we do cars in the parking lot with a stage and keep people in the car?
They already have the outside stage at the Hard Rock. Why
They
not?
do, but
yeah, they do.
I want to use it, and they weren't ready to let it loose. But we could do a concert, we could put music out there. You could do all sorts of entertainment. How to make a pizza in between sets.
That's right.
Nobody's ever done that.
Keep your inflammation down and have some music.
That's
Have
right.
food.
More room
we
for
like
drinking.
to eat and dance,
I think
and
it'd
then
be
we
a lot
can
of fun.
drink too.
All in. Day 7, we can drink, Ariel. All right.
And today was going to be a quiet
You ready
day.
to wrap this up?
Ready to wrap it
Have
up.
a great weekend, everyone. Please be safe. We've got a tropical storm coming.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for 3 o'clock for the Florida Love Show, and we will see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
Last time there was a hurricane, I was in my pool with a drink. So have you gub a weekend. Be safe. Don't be late. We see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that glaze across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart.